Last episode, KinTheRed did a lot of Barrows runs, even more Slayer, then opened 50 medium caskets, upping our fashionscape. This episode, I decided it was time to buckle down. It's past time that I knock out the easy achievement diaries, and I need to make the final push for 85 farming. Finally, I need 70 smithing, 70 herblore, 70 agility, and 70 construction to continue the Elven questline. I started out by improving my house, building my pets a place to spread their legs and making a costume room to supplement my bank space. I remembered I had some fossils laying around, so I paid the museum a visit and put the lamp into herblore. I focused on Slayer for a bit, completing several tasks and skipping the less optimal ones. I used all of the ensouled heads in my bank to get to 62 prayer and some of my mithril bars at Giant's Foundry, seeing 62 smithing. I went and completed the Haunted Mine to receive the Salve Amulet, then spent some time at Nightmare Zone to imbue it, hoping it would help speed up my Barrows runs. Unfortunately, the only monsters at Barrows that are considered undead are the skeletons, so the Salve Amulet is pretty irrelevant there.
Failure.
I was pretty down about this, so Jagex thought I could use a pick-me-up. Not bad for 2 million XP. I focused on my skilling grinds for several days afterward, quickly seeing 62 herblore, but at the cost of all my secondary ingredients. "81 farming came during an herb run, plus 65, 66, and 67 smithing soon after, earning enough Giant's Foundry points to unlock the double ammo mold for cannonballs. 75 Hunter. Ew. Unlocking Super Restore potions at 63 herblore, I finished up with 64 herblore before making my first set. Needing a break from skilling and excited about my new portal, I spent some time with the Barrows brothers. This elite clue step means I have to start the Great Brain Robbery quest, which is something I needed to do anyways. I'm not super motivated to do the quest for Raid 3 because I have until August.
24th.
It is already August.
I would continue my Barrows grind anytime I felt like I needed a break from skilling. I got into a groove, opening quite a few chests before receiving Darok's plate body. Identical to Thorax, this is a great tank body. I had to go for the back-to-back plus the elusive skip chest, but ultimately moved on to Slayer. I completed my shaman's task, and Neve decided to get cold with me. Before taking care of that, I would complete a tree run which saw me to 82 farming. It turns out that skeletal wyverns are scrubs and black demons are still very boring. I chose the skill instead, hitting 65, 66, then 67 herblore. So excited for this thing. Oh boy. I completed Eagle's Peak to unlock box trap hunting for chinchampas before heading to the catacombs for my Slayer task. Finishing the Black Demon's task, Neve decided to send me back to the King's Lair. But first, I finished up 68 herblore, sent some barrows, and snagged 83 farming, which means I could now plant my first spirit tree on the account. The wait proved to be worth it as I dropped a third Berserker ring from safe spotting Rex. I did some more barrows to celebrate before heading back and hitting 80 magic. Pretty cool milestone. I then went on a bit of a skilling spree, hitting 69 herblore, 74 fishing, 66 agility, and 75 fishing. This meant it was time for more barrows, and my efforts proved fruitful, dropping Aram's Hood on the 67th chest. Admittedly, the only Aram's item I don't want, but I'm always excited to see a drop. The next 13 chests contained no Barrows items, but they proved very helpful in runes, which is one of my favorite things about Barrows. I used my new box traps to get a quick 77 hunter and built up the motivation to knock out my first goal of the episode, rounding out my achievement diaries. The importance of achievement diaries for an iron cannot be overstated. Everything from extra fish to extra ore to unlimited teleports to some of the most important areas in the game, they're a necessity that I've neglected up to this point. I'm aware that this is just the easy diary and not some feat. It's just satisfying to tick these boxes for the account. Then there's the best part, spending the XP lamps. Back to the longer grinds, I hit 84 farming on a papaya tree and successfully grew my first spirit tree at Brimhaven. I got some cool zombie attire before buckling down on my smithing grind all the way to 70. This new minigame is superb. This is kind of giving me the itch to stack some more clues. Look at this guy blowing. Nah. I raced through 70 herb lore, made a bunch of teak planks at the woodcutting guild, and took my business to the werewolf agility course for faster XP rates. I saw 67 and 68 agility before working on my Slayer task at the Dagonoth Kings. It was here that I dropped my 4th Berserker ring, the second one on this task alone. I started running low on herb seeds, so I thought I'd try for some at Wintertod, stacking 10 crates and getting 79 firemaking. I ended up with 0 herb seeds, but did check off 2 new collection log items. Continuing my grind, I got a second bottomless compost bucket from Hespori and finally hit 85 farming on a fruit tree run. This is a huge milestone for the account because it unlocks the last section of the farming guild as well as hard farming contracts which give better seed packs. I'm so excited for this level as I love the farming skill. I was having a lot of unfortunate timings when setting up the wreck safe spot.
Oh, and I gotta poop now.
So I decided to finish my Dagonoth's task at the lighthouse. Neve assigned me another Skeletal Wyverns task where I dropped the granite legs, another cool collection log item. I blew through trolls, wyverns, and more trolls, which are a great task by the way, before dropping 2 hard clues from Bloodvelds where I got the Zamarok plate body, then finished the task. Neve sent me to the Shamans where I reached 84 ranged and got a spirit seed before finishing up. You only need 6 spirit seeds to plant every spirit tree in the game, so I trade in extras for seed packs. Dust Devils were next, which got me to 75 Slayer before the task was done, meaning gargoyles are now on the menu. Calphites, wyverns, zygomites, and worms all felt my wrath before a slower task motivated me to continue my skilling grinds. First, I finished off agility, hitting level 70 in no time thanks to the werewolf agility course. That means the only grind left is construction, one of the most important skills in the game. My method of choice for construction training is mahogany homes, as it is extremely resource efficient while having XP rates not far behind other methods. The levels come so quickly and it's an easy activity to multitask. My only bottleneck was how many planks I had prepared. This is such a big quality of life improvement for me when chopping my teaks that you don't even like crawl through it space by space. You just appear on the other side. That's insane. Oh, that's so good. At level 67, I compared boosting for expert contracts to sticking with adept contracts and found that I was getting about 30,000 more XP per hour just staying put. The downside of boosting for expert contracts with construction is that you also have to use the crystal saw, which only has 28 uses. This adds time spent running around to maintain your boost, time that could otherwise be spent getting XP with adept contracts. Nevertheless, I hit 70 construction in what felt like no time at all. I built a nice garden with a pink Kool-Aid bird bath and called it a day. With all of the requirements out of the way, I have no excuse not to tackle Song of the Elves. I am stoked to give this quest a try.